When I was in recruitment here, I kept hearing words, it's congenial here, we collaborate here. And I thought, well, this can't be real. But I have a colleague who used to run the Institute of Medicine, and he told me when I was still back at my former location, if you go to Vanderbilt, you'll find that they do have the most collegial and collaborative culture of any academic medical center in the United States.
The culture at Vanderbilt is very special, and I think there are many places where you can get good clinical training and there are other research opportunities, but the culture of our program is really irreplaceable.
Yeah, I mean, between medical school to here, when I was looking for a position, was talking to different institutions, was the quality of the culture here.
Highly competitive.
Yeah, it's very, the culture here at Vanderbilt is definitely not stiff. It's probably the complete opposite of stiff.
Yeah, we have stories about everybody. You just have to, it's the timing and the telling of the story is important. So
we're very down to earth.
These are remarkable people with extraordinary skill sets, and I don't just mean that in the department. You know, there's a lot to be said about the fact that anyone you collaborate with here, whether it's in neurosurgery or whether it's the
colleagues within our department that go to the engineering department and work with them, or go to the global medicine department. And so it's not a cutthroat environment.
Vanderbilt is not a competitive place. You don't see often services trying to jump in front of another service or, be very, there's not a lot of conflict, I would say.
We are extremely laid back, and but not laid back in a lazy, bad way. In a, everybody works hard, everybody carries their weight, and while you're working hard, you can just have a good time, and that's a mentality here.
And so I was really excited to become a medical student here and realized once I got here that indeed was the culture of Vanderbilt. I really was able to observe people who seemed to work well with each other and who seemed to enjoy being around each other. And that was something that was unique compared to the other medical schools that I had interviewed at up to that time.
There's a really great just collaborative instinct between not just different departments at the institution, but even between providers within the same department.
And so within the department, there's a collegiality among the residents themselves, the residents and the fellows, and the attendings. It's a cliche,
but it really is true. It really is more of a family atmosphere, I think.
And this trickles down from the top. Everybody has each other's back. It's essentially like a big
extended family. There is not competition for certain cases here, and there is even educational advisory and mentorship roles.
All of the residents that have come through here, I still call them, and sometimes if I'm near their cities, I go by and I hang out with their kids. All their children are my extended grandkids in a way.
Ron Evie came from another institution. He was amazed at how collegial people were here. And I guess having been here for so long, I just thought, well, of course it is. That's the way it should be. But it's not that way everywhere.
That leads us to be able to do more things than I was typically used to before.
It is one of the most important things. How do we be a great division to treat patients and train well? It's because we're all so unified in that. Do you kind of feel that, Sarah?
Oh, definitely.
This cool family approach that we have.
It is a privilege that residents and fellows feel that they can call back even just to chat.
I think that's the way we treat each other. Is from day one, you're our partner. And that level of trust helps our patients. It helps us work together. I always call consults in the middle of the day. Other people call me for consults. And you can pick up the phone and call someone on a weekday, a weeknight, during the day, and we're all here for each other.
There's a nice mix of the institutional ways with what people bring from outside. And frankly, we all learn a lot from each other.
Whereas here, the mentality is more so, hey, if I'm gonna be great at something, the only way I'm gonna get great is if I have my neighbor here, my colleague here, who's also gonna do great things. And together, if we are a team, we're gonna do greater things than we were able to do if we were alone. And so when it comes to this culture of camaraderie and support.
We are currently striving for the best for our patients and constantly looking to how to make things better.
The fact that culture extends through every component of this institution, I think, is probably the most important reason that I chose this place for residency and why I ultimately came back to be here.